they lost to Sentinels on both of those.
Right.
Those were the two that got them 0-2 in groups. The weird part is they lost 13-9 on Haven, they lost 13-5 on Lotus. So last time we saw them with these two teams, this map was not close, and this will be a test of have Cloud9 leveled up for playoffs.
And they learned from the losses. As we're gearing up here for our opening pistol round here on Lotus. The barriers drop down. Plenty of bodies lying in wait here from Sentinels. TP across, they're taking it slow and steady. There's no pushback, no rubble fight from Cloud9, willing to give up this space. While the flank occurs over towards B.
Yeah, the push out through B on quite a nice timing. Looking to wrap around behind Zelsis before he has a wall to cover the flank.
Walls up, door opens. No response here. But Cloud9 are just really holding their own nerve.
If Sen accelerate, C9's whole job is to delay.
Spotted out. Certainly. Surprise, spoiled. Paranoia swings forwards anyway. There's a curtain and a wall of that fuel in your face still. Cloud9 are looking for the kills to be claimed here. Out towards it, damage done. Zelsis barely anything alive, but still has that weapon in his hands. Reload, committed to it. Now a quick pivot over towards the B site, realizing that that's a deep push out.
Narrate is so alone here and so weak. Zekken got himself tucked into stairs. Zelsis is back at rubble. Really isolated spots.
Trying to find his kill onto Vic. Snappy from Zekken, straight to the cranium.
That's huge, because now Zekken can relocate back with Narrate.
And a Prowler spoils the party ever so slightly. There's damage done as well to this player sticking, but it's being covered as well by Mitch. In through that main angle, being squeezed, the pressure is there. But all the way, the full stick. Confidence that their team can hold it all the way down.
Really good composure there for Cloud9. In a spot where maybe previously they would have lost their heads a little. C9 hold their nerve, and Sen were too late on that wraparound. Zekken not quite applying enough pressure from heaven there to get net off the defuse. And a 4K from Zelsis, but is it going to make a difference? Sen though, he's not happy about that one.
The table.
But look at this, a force buy. A force buy because Sen got so many kills and the plant.
I mean, they've all in. There's a raid boss moment. They're trying to really insert themselves here towards this A-rubble fight. Zekken only gets the one before he does go down to TP. They didn't have a clue. It's Vic. He's out like a thief in the night, and they're getting that swing from net as well. Not really supplanted with anything else. The Paranoia a little bit late to the party. This is frantic from Cloud9. Not realizing how to really play into this one when Sentinels did show up. They're angry, determined to plant down. Weapons picked back up here, Zepper. It's a timing to be taken, but I think with the footsteps, gives it up, still clears the corner. Diligence is there.
Blinding.
But a 1v2 is what he's facing. Spots the first, waiting for the re-swing. Doesn't know where John's position is. Just trying to bait out with the shots, seeing if he can pull the player out wide into the open to get a bit more information, but 5 bullets left to work with. Not a lot to do. Still the bullets, they're raining true, and that's damage done. Last player weak. Zepper might have done enough. A tap out wide, Zepper! Plays it perfectly.
What a clutch! Awesome play! And Cloud9 steal 2 rounds away from Sen. Back-to-back Red Bull clutch to open things up on Lotus on an undefeated map for Sen against an undefeated team through groups. If this is Cloud9 in playoffs, then they are writing a completely different story. The composure's lovely.
Yeah.
And the fact that he knows immediately, oh yeah, John is weak. This is now so winnable. Oxy is on his feet. Net is losing his mind. Zepper's keeping his cool.
There's another death slam as well, because that was very much an all-in here. So weak goodbye once more, half for Sentinels.
If you could see Cloud9 winning this game, it's with rounds like this that are on the very wire, but Cloud9 have somebody that steps up and drags them over the finish line. You can imagine yourself at the end of this game being like, yeah, well, it was super close, but Cloud9, they just pulled out all in the amazing magic moments. That's what it would take to win, to beat a team like Sentinels. And so far, so good for C9.
Clutch rounds from them. Sentinels are taking this one again slowly on their half bite, just making sure that they can up a couple of ults. Zelsis.
The open of the door from John has pulled 4 players over towards the A-B kind of side of the map.
Oh, what a shot by Zekken. Half armor onto Zepper. He's annihilated on the opposite side of that one here. There's Util that's primed and ready, but he orb up slows the approach.
There's 2 more players with light armor.
35 seconds left. Space is taken up here by John. He's calling for the pivot to be happening here and now. Make the move over towards the A site, realizing that pretty much everybody is retreated. Doesn't have complete control towards it. It's 25 seconds.
They think it's going back into C. Mitch made the call. Guys, the B is a fake, but he didn't realize where they were headed.
All the way over towards A. Mitch bursts the door wide open here, and there was plenty of time to spare for the plant.
Surely this isn't the round that Sen win.
No way. Barely anything to work with. Scraps, odds, and ends. Utils going to be used there. Pushes them back away from that retake, even being a possibility. Steel guard, and that was earned up. Celsius's kills coming in handy. John has already ripped the head off the opposite IGL. Moving away, this is a save.
A save? 3v5 with better guns, and they're saving.
That's crazy. The
Wow.
kills ended up mattering in the pistol round that they lost.
That is ludicrous. I can't believe the beginning that we've had here on Lotus. It's the most unlikely of situations and rounds. The calling here from John, though, was super good. He bamboozled Mitch. Mitch had no clue what was going on. Pressure over towards C. Zekken getting in and finding a play with light armor. And John just works his way up behind the Viper wall, happy as Larry, tapping the door, calling players over to him. The fake into B was lovely, too. Sold a repop on the C site and made Vic and Oxy a lot later to the rotate than they would have otherwise been. What a weird round we're going to have next here, though, Brent, as well. Because somewhat of a full buy for Sentinels, but they're not going to rebuy when they have a Bulldog and an Outlaw. But C9 are coming in with 3 weapons of their own, so it's
strange.
Yeah.
Look at I mean, 2 classics in hands for Mitch and Zeppa.
It's round 4 and the economy is still in turmoil.
Settling just yet. Season 8 early from Cloud9. Attempted to punish. Shots fired off. That's purely off instinct with the Outlaw. A lot of damage done to Oxy. Push even being hard committed potentially here by Cloud9, pushing past it. Sheer wall really just points most of it out here, so open access to the site now for Sentinels. They can make themselves nice and comfortable.
Pressure's coming through on the flank here. Almost everybody coming through Mound, but Oxy's going to tap the door as well, just to make it more difficult for John to hold an angle like this.
Locking this one down again, more damage straight through the wall. Catching these players limping. Net was the one with full armor, that's why he's still alive now. Oxy, door open, doesn't want to take first point in contact. Snakebite's being pulled out of them. Sentinels fully realizing now this is all coming from the flank, all that pressure. They have waterfall control, they have CT control. It's a matter of time at this point. The rate, it's gonna be that first line of defense, holding against that smoke, but now fades away. Pressure is really on him. And not enough damage done, it was a fade away on it. Look at the rate go! Just let loose the centerpiece of that hold onto the side. Sentinels are straight back in it.
2-2, instantly replying. But now guns online, our first rifle round, and ult's already up. That's what happens when you get chaotic beginnings to maps like this. Yeah. You get into your first rifle round that matters so much for the overall economy, and there's ults already to play with, especially when Narrate is going to pick up 4 kills from hiding inside the smoke at the default plant spot. And Celsius is making sure energy stays high on Sen.
All grouped up as the barriers drop, and this very much all in with a util. Second, spraying them down! Making them pay for thinking that they could take control of this fight. Cover going out. Instant action for Sentinels.
I mean, unless they can get a little bit of a poke and a prod here from Net, this is going to be another economical disaster.
Yeah, Nightfall as well. Immediately going to be scurrying away out of it. Mitch thought he could at least supplement the defense, fill in the gaps, just avoiding that Nightfall, but again, you have to scurry and back away. It's decided just like that.
That was almost a safe call even when Mitch was alive. Sen barreled in, 2 kills instantly, dominated the rubble fight, and then just had that fade ult in their back pocket. What are you going to do about that? Yeah. What on earth do you do about that? And now because Zekken's had a pop-off round, showstopper up.
Snowballing.
Yeah.
That's what they've been trying to avoid by saving so much, I think, just giving away the unnecessary kills, but doesn't matter. You can't stop it. It's inevitable here. This Sentinels team on Lotus, locked in.
And they're going hunting.
They did not like the beginning of this map.
Or Kaplan especially.
Looking hard to correct the course.
Who's got the free Qubit sign? Because I mean, he will have been getting some harsh words in the coaching camp
sure he's
to
fine.
start with.
Sure, he's fine.
Yes, of course.
He's fine.
We would never do anything bad to Cuba. Now, this is an instant response from Sentinels. These 3 rounds in a row have been fast and aggressive.
A timeout called by Cloud9.
Really early on here. And in a weird spot, actually, as well, because when you save guns, you set yourself up in a position where, you know, your economy is not going to be great if you lose them. They will still be able to buy in the next round. But even so, he's not going to be particularly happy about what's been going on. Yeah. They need to be able to win a Rubble fight. You can't play the defense side of Lotus if you give up Rubble every round. It's just not possible.
No.
Unless you're absolutely dominating Mound and running trap plays through B or something, but generally speaking, if Sen are just allowed to take Rubble every round and they can't stop them, it's going to be plain sailing for John's calling. So much easier to run the map when you have that level of control.
Yeah. Deep space over towards A, Rubble. Giving your team the pivot options. We literally saw that. Round 3, Sentinels working the map. Macro sense here. Trying for Cloud9 to prove that they can put a stop to it, but maybe this isn't the round where it's going to be happening. The weapons, again, it's not great. They don't want to force up around the 2 rifles that they have.
No, the rest of the money is just not there. No. But they'll be on max loss bonus, so Zephyr and Net don't have to cower in a corner. And Net actually throws his gun over to Oxy. Oxy hasn't been having a superstar level game today. They didn't need it on Corrode and Icebox, but might need it here.
Stack of bodies from Cloud9 over towards A. Acknowledgement from that flash, but nobody's home on C. Not even a shred of util other than the flash, which is already dealt with. Rain over towards the C site. Second, pressing all the way up, just in case there's a wall there. Jump spotting around. Mitch playing tight to the corner.
Hoping, praying that they go back over to John on A. And that is what looks like is happening. It could still be a pivot into B, of course, but C9 with a massive stack on the A site. 4 players holding their nerve into the late round.
The later this goes, we'll see if Cloud9 do just keep it held down, because it could be Sentinels running straight into them. Stack of bodies when you have the weaker weapons is exactly what Cloud9 wanted.
If they see this stack, they could still pivot B.
Minute now with a showstopper. Through into the back as well. Nets just obliterated into the back. Oxy in attempt to return that fire. He's gone done. Dusted Zekken dissecting towards the back.
He's a phenom. He is just a phenom. At the very least, I mean, small silver lining, they forced the ult out of him, but I think Zekken will have another one in a second.
Yep.
He's playing extraordinarily well. And they do, Cloud9 do need Oxy to come online, I think, for Lotus. And that way you can have ridiculously good raise performances. This next round, though, really important one. Eco swing round. See a loss. How has he adjusted that quickly?
Yeah. Poke the bear, and you've woken him up. Sentinels.
So
determined.
Massive focus here for Cloud9 on controlling Rubble. C's nade. Teleport up from Vic. Leaves C a little bit weak, and Sen recognized that.
Sen sending it. Well, that pressure was heard by Johnny Course for the speed up now over towards that site. Playing close to punish. Nade waiting.
Grenade.
In case there is any of that spam, just lets it loose anyway as that plant's going down. It gives
Steel Garden.
Safety net. And there it is, ult's there, available. Let loose now. Oxy's going to be trying to lead that charge. It's on their own, but with the rifle, oh boy, tucked away in time. Guns ripped away, snake into the back. This is pure chaos occurring. And Ray's looking to see if he can paint a clearer picture for the rest of his team. A full committal and a stick into the back, Vic.
One enemy remaining.
Doesn't know where to look, doesn't know where to stand. Cloud9, when these rounds have been going into chaos, normally they've been coming out on top, but this time Sen are aware of almost everything going on. And it's so damn hard to stop them when they're rolling like this.
They're hyper aware. They're one step ahead of everything that Cloud9 is planning. They know even coming out of the tag timeout, I think. Or they must suspect that C9 are going to fight even heavier for Rubble. because losing rubble control is so important, as I was yapping on about a couple of rounds ago. So John, he has all of that pressure, takes them into C. They've got Steel Garden to counter Steel Garden. So that's huge from Celsius. He rips this one just in time to save them all from Oxy. And then they fade out and combo it with an Omen teleport deep behind. Doesn't get too much done from Bang, but it does stop the retake. And they've played the ult situation to perfection.
Another rubble fight. Guns are not in the hands of these Cloud9 players, but they need to win it out with the util. Sailing over. Lines it up. Dominating control of it, even committing the pit.
On an eco.
And immediately you see SEN, they're just pivoting. They want nothing to do with it. They see all that util being expended. Okay, you've heavy stacked it over towards A rubble. Making moves now over towards C. The Thorns deaded nice and early. Cloud9 trying to hold on to this one tooth and nail, but the Prowler's in your face. Double dash already in. Satchel's in play. Zachary trying to give it to him. Takes it out. Oh, Testament, but still he's going to be falling. Zephyr with a frenzy. How is he pulling this one out? It's a spike drop down. The rate is left to salvage the operation. Plucks 2 out of the picture. It could be the safety net that Sentinels needed.
Net is sprinted towards them. He knows they can't hear a thing.
No sound cues. It's 2 taken away just from it, but I'm getting that awareness just a little bit too late. Narrate, not able to get towards it. Snake by snare, and a wall propped up, but the C's dodged, avoided. Zelsis juking. One hell of a task ahead of him. Doubled up, moving up, on top of the wall. They don't hear a bloody thing! Zelsis! Working magic!
That's an insane clutch. That is so well done by Celsius. The presence of mind to throw a wall down in the middle of being pressured 2v1 and then using it to hop up. So you get even like another little angle. I mean, you could do that jump anyway, even without the wall, but just using it as a slight way of being able to get up a little quicker, apply the pressure a little more, not much go down. And Celsius is popping off.
This is pure momentum now on the side of Sentinels. Even when Cloud9 are trying to increase the tempo, match the pace.
Because that was chaos. They deliberately made that round utterly chaotic. They wanted Sentinels to fly into C. And this round, Zeker's found the opener again.
Composed. When Cloud9 have got the weapons, it's a round that they can't afford to lose.
It's a really common strategy to try to pick off that C player who loves jiggle peeking for info.
It's for the operator. Zeker's been sent in, Bang's going to be joining him. Thorns out through the back.
The double
it's an
dive.
indicator. Zephyr is going to try and hold this back again, but the Prowler, it points it out. He's tucked close, tight to the corner again. Swinging out wide, Satchel's good. Trying to disjoint this one. Oxy batters into his own hands, but not enough, too much to overcome. This is overwhelming. Cloud9 try and match the tempo, they can't keep up.
The double dive coming in from Sentinels onto the C site has got to be stopped. C9 need a plan. They need to put their Vice Flash in a position where they can pop it and get that swing. They're putting Thorns down at the front. What they need to do is set up a way of punishing Bang and Zekken as they enter onto the site. You need to be taking the fight to them as the wall is tripped.
Yeah.
And instead, Sen just have 2 players in. It doesn't matter that the other 3 are locked off. How are you going to quickly deal with Zekken and Bang if you're not fighting them in the first couple of seconds? C9 are getting rolled on C. And they were getting rolled on A before they started stacking 4 bodies to fight on rubble. It's not like they got options elsewhere.
No, John just sees it. As soon as they use the abundance of util to try and take A rubble control, it's like, okay, well, their C's weaker. Move over there instead. Calling for them and just trying to sniff out and hunt the rest of these players so they can't keep the guns, but looks like Cloud9 will get them intact. But it hasn't done them a lot of good.
One adjustment, a real clear game plan of how you punish that double dive in from Zekken and Bang could make the difference though for Cloud9, because you are forcing them into really predictable C execs. They know they're going to hit C. I mean, Net died at the beginning of this round as well, so that's unfortunate, but...
I can pick up someone there and just start throwing them out like I'm making pizza.
7 rounds in a row. And C9 swapping it up, decided to fight over Mound instead.
Yeah. Throw to fade util, trying to make it feel like it is a bit of an all-in, but again, Sentinels will not push back. They have that A rubble control.
Yeah, Sentinels just wanted to opt into the fight this round. Might be a bit disappointed that C9 didn't give him it.
There's a ton of pressure coming their way. Cloud9, how fast they're playing, how fast they're rotating. They are trying to meet the tempo.
Yeah, they're just 1 step behind.
Onto that minute 10. Again, the attack side operator looking to punish the jump spot just for information. They know that Cloud9 currently are wondering, where the hell are Sentinels? They do have that deep mound control, which is going to be helping them out. Vic has not been pushed back off of it, but he might be soon. He's about to take a fight of his own. Zelsis creeping ever closer forwards. Not anticipating that one here. Vic absorbing a lot of that pressure, laying down the smoke now to try and slow down the approach.
Can Vic stand strong? He's got help from Zephyr.
There.
Player's been caught. He's keeping two of these Cloud9 players anchored over towards A, so it is a weaker C site. Paranoia forwards just before that horns. And already you're seeing the spam come forwards. That is a kill claimed. Already swinging, fighting, aggression. Name of the game, Cloud9 trying to get way ahead of it again.
That's that adjustment I'm talking about. You've got to actually fight Zekken and Bang as they're teleporting, as they're blast packing in. So good adjustment from C9 here.
Just left him out. Narrates alone. Isolated onto the site here. We'll be able to at least claim one of the lives. Mitch trying to take that fight a little bit too early. Ults committed. Feels winnable for Sentinels. They want to try and take this one, but it needs to be watchful from above. John's gone, falling, and the satchels are perfect. Oxy making it ever so uncomfortable. Cloud9 finally get that round on the board. There's no smiles just yet.
Zephyr popping off. Energy doesn't exactly feel super high, but there are still some smiles there between Zephyr and Mitch. They've got chances to come back in this half. 7 rounds in a row is demoralizing, but they've made the right adjustment there. That's how you shut down Sentinel's C-pop. Now Sentinels themselves have got to try to change things up a little bit. 2 rounds left to play for in this half. And a big fight may be kicking off here at Mount.
Yeah, already players gearing up for a bit of an exchange of the bullets here. Just hopping across here. Bang is tucked into the corner once more. Where's the exit? Second was hard committed. It's a heavy lick dealt by Oxy. And pushing them back all the way for the rotation. Sentinels see all that pressure, see all the presence of the bodies as well. They know that A should be relatively free. John's calling for a calm approach, walking up now steadily. Guns out, well trained onto the angles where they could be peeking from. Mitch is an off angle. Smoke in his face. Taking space forwards now. He's past the thorns entirely. Not being watched for. There's a game of timings to be taken. Fight, one out, bang, gone. It is traded. But they haven't dealt with net still. Can't he root this guy?
Where is Zelsis going?
Can't root him whatsoever. Where is Zelsis going? Straight up to through spawn. Trying to flip this entirely, but it's all watched for by Vic. Cloud9 have found the right answer just on the tail end of this half.
Last round in the half.
Mitch is using all of his Fade util at the start of the round to try to make it feel like it's dangerous for Sentinels to go over towards Rubble. So he's throwing the C's at the start, throwing the Horn, throws a Prowler out as well. It leaves him with just 1 Prowler. It's like a minute on the clock and he's only got 1 Prowler to work with. So he's got to be patient. And here he chooses to be bold and to take a timing through a smoke. And it's exactly what the Doctor ordered. C9 picking up 2 crucially important ones to make this half look closer than perhaps it has been.
Yeah. Steady up, no util being used. One way towards Mound, and Sen are grouping up behind it. Not looking to make the same mistakes that happened in that prior round, but Vic's holding down onto that Paranoia. As soon as there's signs of life here, Bang's going to be trying to set it up now with the Prowler. Paranoia triggers all of it, but now Paranoia as a response. It's an equivalent exchange, but Zekken just reigning supreme from that top spot. Now Oxy hard committed into the corner, will eventually be cleaned up, not before he's done the damage. 2 players gone. All considered, Zelsis will let it rip. They want an easy access to this C site, no more surprises. 2 players to try and retake into this one. Mitch and Net straight into the pit. Very difficult ask. It all comes down to the game of timings. Fast and loose is how Mitch wants to play it. But Net being caught as well. 8-4. The finish we're looking at here for Sentinels in this first half. The pace just got steadily higher and higher.
Yeah.
The deeper we went.
Zekken got off to a blinder early on. I think he was 9-2 to begin this map. Slowed down for a while and then picked it up in the final round here. This pathing, he jumps on top and he avoids the Paranoia. And that's just disaster for C9, perfection for Sen. Gives him those 2 kills, completely isolates Oxy, and despite the best efforts of Oxy, then it's an open C site for the ults.
Yeah.
Overall though, I think C9 could be happy that they even got 4 here. It's going to be a tough road if they want to challenge Sen on the best map they have.
Couldn't agree more as well. We're going to go to a quick break on the other side of things. We will see that conclusion to this series. Sentinels made to bleed, really, in that game, in that map that we've just witnessed, at least the first half of it. Cloud9 were putting up some numbers, some damage early on, but my God, what an answer back. I mean, the pace was just rapid.
7 rounds in a row in the beginning, in the middle of that half.
Around 3 to 9.
And Sentinels showcasing why this is their best map, I think. Yeah. They're 4-0 here, got their eyes set on a trophy, and they're playing like it. These first 2 maps, Corrode and Icebox, were serious challenges. And here we go into a pistol that's crucial for Cloud9, and Sen will want to make sure they have no chance.
Bring them down.
Group up and stack this, spread out. So 3-1-1 here from Cloud9, door open wide, Zekken. They're making it feel like it could be heavy retake over towards C-Mount, and bodies are just drifting back into more defensive positions. His setup is also pretty unusual. Doubled up into tree. Sentinels trying to hold on to full control of this one, but the wall's going to be triggered. Door open wide. The one's deaded out. Just Util being pulled out here by Cloud9, trying to slowly work the map. And Zekken filling in the gaps once more. Here's the door being broken, and now he knows it. He's going to be receiving a lot of this pressure coming his way. One shot to the body, not enough. Nade waiting, held for now. Mitch will commit to the plan. Nothing to push him back off of that one, and a fight is called for. Cloud9 want to take this one up close and personal, up through into heaven, but it's rapid on either side of things. Sentinels showed up through blue room. It's a paranoia in their face, and a nade rebound, crossing them all the way up. Damage done. It's bloody business in the end, but it leaves just Oxy alive, seized up. Nade share. I mean, just no chance at all. Good luck to you in that spot. Sentinels, so far this entire map have felt like they are just one step ahead.
That retake, that re-clear in through blue room was perfect, though. Like you were saying, the jump through from Zeltis plays the rest of his team in. And once Cloud9 have lost that space and there were no kills to be found up towards heaven, look at the damage done there. The classic headshot dinks all over the shop. Oxy's left to salvage the pieces.
Hey, why is he smiling? No smiling.
I'm not seeing any smiles.
No, I'm not seeing the smiles. I am not seeing that same energy coming out from Cloud9, the same belief. But I think part of it is that Sentinels have just been so excellent on this map. It's a force buy up for Cloud9. All rides on this. Their hopes of victory, of a major upset.
Round 14.
Not giving away that they've forced forward just yet. No shots ringing out. No identification of the Stinger or the Outlaw. But Sen have got to know that it's a possibility.
Yeah. Sentinels are using Util, clearing a bit of section at the front of A.
Yeah, they've also all bought full armor. So this Outlaw buy from Oxy, he's going to need to land 2 bullets.
Yeah, 2 shots. It's only going to be softening them up otherwise.
Going walkabouts, might find an angle onto John.
Potentially, John is jiggling it up towards heaven, but it's a difficult one to spot out. He's just seen a leg, but John has seen them too. Some south out here. Wall going to be pulled out. 45 seconds left. They're going straight into Zekken alongside Bang. Nade, Horn, Thorns, everything going to be utilized now to try and speed their way up through this one. Zekken holding tight, tucked to the corner once more. Bit of damage done, but again, he's alone here and isolated. Out into the open, throwing out that Util. Swarmed by Cloud9.
When Bang fell, Zekken was just stuck in no man's land. House of Cards crumbled. Cloud9 with an opportunity here. They really needed this.
Digging deep, tucking into the back of the site. Sees, preemptive. Bullets flying forwards here. Cloud9 have got a strong hold enough here, but one player falls. If Oxy gone, might look more doable. Util now flying forwards here, throwing a kitchen sink at them, seeing if they can take the fight forwards. The trades are good. Light them all up here, but the weapon needs to be exchanged. Zelsis just with a classic. Time ticking away. Enough being burnt off the clock that it will be inevitable here. Cloud9 take it, but not without some heavy, heavy damage being done.
C9 go for the force buy, but I don't think they're too mad about what's going on here. Mitch just playing around that perfectly too. 5 to 9, C9 get themselves a lifeline, drop the lead down to 4. And have got a position where they can buy some decent weapons and have a chance to stabilize, because Sen are forced onto a full eco. The opening pick there onto Bang. Critical.
Yeah. Top was the defensive hold there. Zekken really relying on Bang staying alive in that moment.
Sentinels stack over towards Rubble. There's another opportunity for Net to hear what's going on, maybe call a speed up over towards Bang.
The peak to break that one. He's seen plenty of bodies. Might be calling for the speed up now for the rest of his team. Sentinels.
Speed up in the opposite direction.
Yep. I'm going to be following the action. Sound cues. Oh my goodness, Oxy not ready for it. Just dips his way into the smoke and attempted a trade. It's fast and loose here from Cloud9. Trying to take this one all the way towards them. Sentinels are already home, ready to receive. Potentially to push them back as well. They're not being denied that space that they've got here. It's a season nade in through the back mid. Forced to press forwards, but a nade will finish them off. Cleared out.
There's so much damage done. So much damage done in the opposite direction as well, though, Brent. The Sen players are so weak.
Whittled to barely anything at all. Weaponry advantage still here for Cloud9. Pixel angles held, but Zephyr from that high ground. Doors opened up with the orb. He's just holding on every possible position. He's got to know that John could have potentially crossed up here, but might have found that timing. Aim was still trained. Time's ticking, though.
And exits to be played. Damage to be done to the economy, I think.
Steps forwards. Looking to do that damage to the economy, like you were mentioning. Any guns they take out will be good for them with Cloud9 survive. 3 intact, 6 to 9 being that scoreline. And steadily, one round at a time, Cloud9 are piecing together their confidence.
Yeah, chipping away at that advantage as well. But this is the round where you really get to see if Cloud9 are back in this. Oxy not expecting this one inside the smoke. It's not been an amazing day for him today. He's been almost the bottom fragger for C9, I think, today. Which is, you know, unexpected, but was a narrative that the desk were talking about in terms of him facing off against Sentinels. If he wakes up, though, could make a big difference, because C9 have somehow been able to go almost bar for bar without him being online.
Yeah. Maybe just a symptom of Cloud9 trying to play more disciplined. Making sure that Oxy isn't really let loose too often, unless it's really necessary.
If this ends A, Zelsis has an ult. And if you could force it out of Zelsis and still pivot into B, that would be perfection for Cloud9.
The heat's being turned up. It's a tremendous amount of pressure. The Thorns will hold back the first wave of things here. You can see him holding the ult in the back pocket. Zelsis has got it. Waiting for the next level of util, being held up towards heaven here. Just a one angle. Primed. Ray's got to try and hold this one back. Seeing it though? Do you want to send it? There it is. Still guarding the goal for Cloud9. Just trying to bait it out and now get the hell out of there. The guns taken away.
Yeah, they're not immediately pivoting. They don't have the weaponry maybe to make that call. But Vic is there, ready whenever Mitch wants to call it for that pivot into the other side.
It's the nightfall. Gathered up now. Sent it flying forwards. John QT can't hear a bloody thing right now. Trail pointing directly towards him, but Sentinels have got reinforcements in the action and in the fight. Zekin doesn't want to get beamed down, and at least through that smoke. Backs himself up. Plant down now for Cloud9.
Both teams paranoid.
A rapid tempo of which they're trying to take it, but a slow down now. Midway portion. Thorns are going to be deaded.
It's a hard retake.
It is. Into all his util and the positions that Cloud9 have. As we're going to come down to the trades in the util and how it gets used. Smoke propped up again. Blooms and blossoms up towards heaven. Asatras to try and push them back once more. Paranoia is good, but Mitch falls. Second is the leading number. Oxy let loose once more and unleashes. A lot of damage done. Showstopper on top. Second collects.
He's a freak. He's so good.
It's just unbelievable.
It's outrageous what he's able to do. He gets in through heaven, through a smoke. I mean, the paranoia was not aimed towards him. It was aimed towards the players trying to retake through waterfall. So he gets out without being blinded. But then cuts up Zephyr, knocks him off at the knees, and picks up another 2 kills afterwards, getting his ult online.
Good job. I killed the A-Lord, by the way.
Oh, bro, this guy's so obvious.
Immediate presence of mind as well from Zekin in the moment, just knowing he's earned up the ult.
I think they're talking there about Net on the lure. Yeah. They know that Net's been inserted over towards A and they flushed him out of that position, but you know, my eyes are on Zekin. He's just creating a duelist gap in this game.
The ult pendulum is going to be swinging back towards Cloud9 with Oxy's ult, showstopper. Deep clearance from Sentinels on the other side of the map. Rubble fully theirs, just from the haunts. Stack up for the bodies now, they want to send it flying forwards. Paranoia! Man, it's not. This is the pre-aim into the corner. Oxy! My God, man. It's a one-man army here. Taking the site by storm. John barely dodging and juking most of the util coming his way, but still stands his ground towards a back. There is no smoke to split him up. With Vic down. And I don't have that luxury. Gearing up now. Sentinels will still look to do some damage and take this retake forwards. Made rebounds! And there's a kill collected. Thorns even deaded Mitch. Very uncomfortable in this spot here. But he's got to deliver it from the off angle here. Creeping closer. The pause called for by Sentinels, just inserting it to make C9 so much more uncomfortable. Mitch, an attempt at a spray down. Doesn't go his way. Just a one, but still a kill claimed on the second. Tap of the spike. Narrate. Trying to calm things down, but this round getting away from him now. Time ticks.
The shooters look sharp over on Sentinels, but Cloud9 get themselves into another favored position. Oxy stepping up, 2 big entries. I'm surprised he saw Zelsis there. Yeah, he does. He just spots him right before the paranoia comes through. But then this swing with a stinger deletes Zelsis, deletes Bang, was it as well? Towards the back there.
Magnetic.
Yo, we're playing
good.
for kills.
Shouting things back over towards Narrate. I mean, Narrate was dishing it out in the previous round, right? He was calling Nets lurk super obvious, and now stoic as anything.
Seeing a 3-round difference between these teams. Cause for Sentinels to take the tactical timeout now. Give some input from Kaplan.
Yeah, they're going into an eco, so it seems like a good idea. Get the coach in, talk about the next rifle round situation. Zeppa's ultimate is a biggie. It'll give him an opportunity to hit a site. The combo, if you can get it, of the Steel Garden into the pit for post plant is super good. So if they can play for net to get an orb and then plant, that's a real slam dunk for the rifle. Now the next round, like I said, though, is an eco for Sentinels, so maybe Net will already have his ult online by the time we get into round 19. They've got one hero rifle to work with here, because Narrate scurried away. Tail between his legs, not able to win the clutch. Now can Narrate be the hero to turn the tables in this one?
Not going to be seeing too much action, but it looks like Sentinels are gearing up for a potential trap play on C Mound.
And not so much a trap as just fighting for it, I think.
Holding it, yeah, fighting.
And if Narrate gets pressured, he can open up the door. And also, I was talking about can Narrate be the hero. He actually dropped the Phantom over to Zekken, which I think makes perfect sense. He's got 20 kills in 17 rounds.
Firing on every cylinder. 2 guns were fired off towards C Mound. C9, they don't like the look of it. Probably making their way over towards A. This is being held back as well by Zelsis. The util is going to be hearing now the sound cues. Doors opened up. Wall, 3-2-1 in the swing over, but Zeppa, he's missed his timing anyway, out towards heaven. John's there, taking a swing anyway. Thorns here to supplement. Big Horns lights them all up, and his players are being chunked down. Snakebite. It's deadly business, but slightest of pockets that have been found. Vic is able to at least be safe, tucked down.
Celsius got a gun.
Pause is called for here by Cloud9. They're waiting for signs of life, and as that peek comes through, there it is. Rewarded for it in the end. The peaks from Sentinels not coming to fruition.
Tense spot for C9 to get through. Zekken not offered an opportunity with this hero rifle that he started the round with. The whole game plan for Sen was to drive people into A. But Cloud9, they take the path offered to them and turn it into a round victory. And now, like I was talking about before, next rifle round, what does Sen have to work with? Okay, they have a fade ult. But you look at Cloud9 on their attack side, and Mitch, in terms of thinking about what he's got tools to work with as an IGL, it's just such a alley-oop slam dunk combo of Steel Garden into Viper's Pit.
Yeah.
So if you can find an opportunity to get Zeppa deep, inserted onto Mound or the little cubby up front B, it's going to be really tough for Sen. Flooding in immediately after the Steel Garden pops might be their best chance of success. You wait until the Steel Garden pops, you're on the very edge of it, and you instantly rush back in with a Fade ultimate. Because you're going to catch them as they go for the plant or the pit. But this could be another hectic round as soon as ults start flying.
Now 9 are the ones with them in abundance. A 3-1-1 from them. Bit of pressure over towards Mound. Haunt broken. trying to push them back. Feels like a very strong hold over towards it, but the Vice setup is all the way over towards C as well. Sentinels have made adjustments of their own.
Yeah, SEN control C, and they control A Rebel. Bang's positioned over here.
We'll see how this reclear works out. Bang is struggling so far. 4 and 15, feeling like he might have to make the play. Save his team in this moment here. The nade clearing him all the way out. A bit of spam and spraying away. He's just praying for a kill.
He's done so much damage to net. That is going to make it a lot more difficult to have a pit up in the post plant.
Could make a difference. Immediately not being postured and pushed back away from that A Rebel control. Complete dominance across the map here by Sentinels. They have a good idea of where this is ending, but John.
Knife out.
Yeah, knife out, but gets the gun in time. Smoke up through heaven. Very good read of what's going to be occurring. Stray shots. Feels like a B pop at this point. Sentinels are gathering up to try and shut this one down, but Oxy never denied. Sky is willing to really turn up when it matters most, and they rebounding. John forcing to back himself into the corner.
30 seconds left.
Barely alive at anything, just limping into this fight in the fray, but it's still a 2v2 with a hit down, a race forward. He's found that timing. Pitch drop down, thinking the 1v1, and he wins it out.
It was scrappy and chaotic, but Narrate found the god timing. Slunk into the pit, whips around the corner, and surprises net. Oxy is doing his best. We were talking about how he hasn't had a great game so far individually. Hasn't mattered too much on maps 1 and 2, but now they are sending him into entry, a difficult task, and he's been good for 2 in a lot of situations. Narrate, though, good for 3, finishes things off, gets the kill on both the smokers.
Massive round for Sentinels here. Felt like Cloud9 were clawing their way back up to an even scoreline. Goalpost being moved once more. Contact plays up. They know that John has just been jiggling this one for a bit of information. Trying to bait out the wall. Vice wall not popped up.
Yeah, now Mitch is scared to go for that one again.
Doors opened. Mound control here from Sentinels could be disrupted. Second holder for the peak. There's really no pressure occurring from the other side of things. Vic TP's across. Potentially trying to take this fight, but Zekin is hard, committed, isolated almost.
Well, Oxy's more in danger than he is.
Yeah. Drifting past one another. Flash pops, gets the acknowledgement. Oxy does not realize how dangerous this situation could be, and Zekin takes the peak. Adjustment. Snap to the sides. No damage done on either side as well. Just that info gathered.
He's gotten away with it, and Zephyr gets in a good position for the steel guard.
Here it is. Moving forwards again. Bang, disengages. Rolling retreat again from Sentinels here. Horn in through the back. It's going to be broken early. Backside control is not there for Cloud9. Pressing forwards. Bang! Lights them up. Hero when they needed it in that moment as well. And tapping away with the rifles. Baited into the fight. Oxy with nade out. No weapon in his sights. Pressing forwards again. Net is deleted. So they're keeping up the pace with the chaos that Cloud9 are trying to sow all over that round.
Bang has barely had an opportunity in this map. I mean, he prior to this round was 4 and 16, I think, and he comes up with 2 utterly critical kills. A guy that's been silent here on Lotus, and suddenly found his moment. And it feels a little bit like Corrode, I can't lie. It feels like Cloud9 are getting themselves into opportunities where maybe one crucial play could push them across the line, and instead SEN are chipping away, pulling ahead. The gap now giving them 4 opportunities to close things out and head into that upper finals. And deny Cloud9 an opportunity at a massive upset.
Yeah.
This has been astonishingly better than what Cloud9 put together in the group stages against SEN. Gotta be said. None of the playoff choking allegations.
No.
But at the same time, they're in a difficult spot. I mean, they're playing against what could be the best team in Americas.
And it's the tiniest of details the Sentinels have got over Cloud9. That experience, difference. Just being able to chip away and create this round lead now. There is no more breathing room for Cloud9. One more mistake and it means that Sentinels are knocking you down to the lowers.
The weaponry they're bringing into this round, a Stinger, a Spectre, double Bulldog. It is not looking great, but at least Oxy can supplement it with this showstopper.
Well, it's going to be a fight to be taken. Sentinels are opting into this one onto C-Mound.
Problem is, if you overfight towards it, I could easily see a situation where Bang baits out an ultimate and just teleports away. Zekin and Bang have both got abilities to escape.
Zekin's been playing here.
Not from this angle, though. It's tough to get out when you're this committed.
Got support though. Players ready to break some util for him.
Both teams have been obsessed with mount control.
Yeah.
This half, we haven't seen too many rubble fights.
But the game's getting decided. B main control. Soaked up now by Sentinels. Walls up into your face.
C9 making it feel like they've taken a bit over towards rubble, making Sen worried about a delayed A hit, and now they're going to re-clear mount.
Prowler doesn't get a connection, so Vic can save this paranoia, but a pit's going to be dropped down regardless of that one. Do they want to try and speed up into it? Let's lay it down. John is alone. Could be vulnerable. Second guessing themselves. Zekken drifting in and out. That's a difficult fight to take. Open up to multiple angles there. He's going to be dropped.
A major first kill here for Cloud9. Just a clean 5v4 with options. They could hit any of the three sites. Haunt out from Narrate. Makes them pretty confident, Sentinels, that this is ending A, but can they get bodies here in time?
That's the question. Nightfall scatters into the back, gives a clear focus picture of how this hold is going down. There's util to try and delay them again. Sentinels are getting bodies into the mix. Gonna try and fight this one tooth and nail, but straight through the smokes. The bullets are finding domes. And just like that, your chances reduced to almost zero.
And that is perfection from Cloud9. They couldn't ask for anything better. They only had to use that one ultimate. Oxy can keep a showstopper. And they'll have chances in the next. These players can even upgrade. They bought such shoddy weaponry into this round that anybody who survives is going to be able to find a gun.
Be scared of giving another kill or a death to Zelsis. He's one away for an ult of his own. They can't find the upgrades anyway. Bit of rummaging. They never actually triggered that wall.
No, well, I mean, they might end up dying to Spike because of that as well.
Trapped? What's going on?
He's trying to find a gun. He's running around, seeing if he can find a better weapon, but all he's found is a bulldog.
Through main if he's fast enough.
I really thought that they'd be able to get... Yeah, there's a Phantom.
There's a gun. I don't know if he's going to get to it.
He's looking left and right like he's crossing a busy highway. But he's managed to navigate the danger, and Cloud9. 4 chances for Sen to close out, and Cloud9 have whittled it down to 3. But not just 3, they've also knocked the Sentinels' economy. Oxy saved his showstopper. Stress on the faces of both coaches.
Both sides. It's mirrored.
Yeah, because it's doable. The C9 comeback to OT is doable here. First rubble fight I've seen in a while.
And this is a heavy stack again of the bodies. Paranoia sees and a nade towards the back. Showstopper glides and finds its mark. Zekken obliterated. Up towards the top as well. Cloud9 are willing to fully scrap and brawl into this. Sentinels with that rolling retreat again. Absorbing a lot of that pressure, but they've already lost one of their key players.
They've already lost a key
Cloud9.
ultimate C9.
Not slowing down. They want to actually hard commit into this one. The smoke was a watchful bang. To time it to take, he's evened it up. And these players are now surrounded.
Yeah, they've got terrible positioning on site. They need to fight for something. Oxy's got to go heaven.
Zelsa's got the ult. Critical engagement taken. They're still got us to push them all into the corner. How do they fight even forwards? This is going to be Sentinels taking up space onto the site. Rifles need to be here for them. Shorty in Oxy's hands. Ulta fading away in the midst of all of it. It leaves it down to John in a 1v2. To finish up the map to seal the deal. A tap. It's still uncomfortable here for Cloud9. Damage done to Vic, just holding. Hoping to bait John out into the open. Smoke up in his face. Difficult fight to take, but it could be a chance still. Vic committing. QT is creeping. So many unknowns around, but Vic finds that timing. John just clearing the wrong spot at the wrong time here. Cloud9, it's on a knife's edge, but they are surviving.
The ult from Zelsis nearly turned everything. C9 had to navigate a really tricky spot. I thought this was a bit of a wasted ultimate from Oxy. Surely you want to save that for a rifle round, but I don't know that they would have got through this round without having a pretty clean 5v4 to open.
Everything, man.
It did take everything. Sen putting the pressure on before we get to the critical rifle round, which is right here, right now. 2 opportunities to close. But Sen's buy is going to be horrible if we get to the final round of regulation. A lot of it hinges on this.
And a real pushback with the rubble fight, at least the mount fight, I should say, from Sentinels. Giving up the space.
Vic not going for an Omen TP play.
Second. It's a pixel angle that he's holding. Hoping for a fight.
Well, Net clearly can't be lurking over towards A. Bang's already got the info on that area of the map.
Yeah. heavy control. C9 are going to know they have to re-clear this one. That's how they do it that matters.
At the moment, the most dangerous area is over towards C, but as the wall goes up,
As Prowler finds it, or it's going to be pushed off the line here. Paranoia committed, but that's an ult into tree. Vic has all that space once more. Flips the switch, trying to force the issue. There's the exit strategy for Bang. Straight back into spawn here. There's 45 seconds left. Cloud9, unsure of which direction they really want to go in. Well, not deep space, you have 40 seconds left. Sentinels caught wind of this one.
what a read!
Stacking, they got 3 players ready to receive. Along with that Vice Util, this could be it. The slam dunk that they needed.
30 seconds left.
Sentinels could be sent flying forwards into that upper bracket. C9, it all banks onto this one. Look at them, vulnerable to forwards and all. It's all being offloaded, vulnerable into the corner. Bang, he's creeping, crawling, and he's found his time to strike. 13 seconds left to 2v2.
10 seconds
I think
left.
C9 have actually done fairly well in that, but here comes a nade!
Oh, Vic,
Player standing.
no way! Straight bullets, and Zeppa's left towards it. 1v2 to stay alive. Can he clutch again? Players spotted out wide. Flash against the back wall. TP that's across the right. Takes the fight. Absolutely unreal from Sentinels. They were pushed to the absolute brink by Cloud9. This team has been ever so impressive. A real evolution over the course of the stage, but they couldn't get it done. Not against Sentinels. But my God, did they test them.
Yeah, that was such a serious test. Sen had to come up with the goods time and again. 13-10 victories on map 1, map 3, and requiring Zekken to drop over 20 kills as well. Every player needed their moment on Sen to be able to put Cloud9 away here. That's what you want to see from Americas. The heat increasing as we head throughout playoffs.
Yeah.
But Sen, the first team to step towards that upper finals. Of course, the job's not done for them. They already qualified for champions. That's not what this game was about. It was about starting along that path, getting closer and closer to a spot where they can fight for a trophy this year. They've been making it to finals before. In the finals of kickoff, in the finals of stage 1, but they were denied at the finish line. This time, looking scary.
Sentinels have got their eyes on that trophy. They want to be one of the teams to lift it in Americas. Major goal for them.
I really think that this has changed the narrative about Cloud9 though, because
Sure.
I know that after the Leviathan game, a lot of people are looking at C9 Lev and they're thinking, well, you know, C9 just got out-choked. You know, Lev just one-upped them in that department. But if you combine what they were doing excellently yesterday, and it was a bit tumultuous, and then you add in what they've done today too, I think this is the best we've seen C9 in, I don't know.
I don't know how long. Yeah.
Maybe ever when it comes to playoff games, but certainly since their astonishingly good group stage games of like 2023 or something. This is super high-level stuff and really creative, but it wasn't enough. It still wasn't enough to be able to get them across the line. In the tight moments on Corrode and Lotus, it was Sentinels players and ideas that made the difference.
Excellency on display overall. I mean, listen, for Cloud9, Sentinels have sent a